Hello, my name is Shevonte.
Hi, my name is Miss Patty. As my students know me, my full name is Patricia Bellamy-Mathis.
Thank you for being an independent entrepreneur who is celebrating Black History Month with us.
You're very welcome.
Tell us about the business you provide for this community.
So as I shared, my name is Patricia Bellamy-Mathis. I'm the author and publisher with Aspenne's Library, which is a publishing agency that highlights, promotes, and provides Black and Brown stories.
That's
So I
amazing.
publish children's books.
Who did you learn the skill from?
I learned the skill of writing. So I'll talk about my skill as an author. I started writing when teachers were asking us to write persuasive stories or to tell a story. That was happening in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And so I started writing then. Never a story to actually be published, but I was just writing as school assignments. And so when I started writing stories that were going to be published, that's where all that knowledge came from.
How early in your life did you start using the skill?
So again, back in elementary school, I started writing, but I actually didn't start using the skill of becoming an author until 2021. So 3 years ago now. Actually 3 years ago, because it was around this time in 2021 that I started actually writing the stories down that I was telling my daughter. I started telling her family stories, and so I was 31 at the time.
Do you remember if you started charging for what you offered at the time?
I was very critical of myself, and so when I first wrote this story, so this is my first story. So the first story that I wrote was Down South for the Summer. And so this is the book. When I first started writing this, I didn't know what to charge. And I also didn't necessarily plan to charge. My daughter and I, we were doing the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Challenge. So I was reading a ton of books to her. And because she's a little Black girl, I was making sure that all of her books had Black and brown characters. And so, not all of them, but a lot of them. And so when we started writing and reading books, I said to her, I have stories that I can share with you. So I started telling her this story as a bedtime story over and over and over again. And when I decided to write it, I actually didn't know what to do with it. So I wrote it. It was a story. It was typed up in my phone. And I didn't start charging for it until the book was completely done. Most people don't do that. Most authors don't do that. They tell people about the story as it's happening, as they're developing it. Before it goes to illustration, they start telling people. And that wasn't my process because I was very nervous to share this with everyone.
Are you a solo business owner or do you have workers?
I'm a solo business owner, but I will say that it's kind of a family business. My husband helps me out. My daughters come with me when I do events or some interviews. They're there with me. And yeah, but I run the business, but I do have my family support.
Are you professionally trained to operate your business?
Yes. So Aspenne's Library, LLC, is officially a publishing agency within the state of Connecticut. And so before I decided to create the publishing agency, which means now not only can I publish my own books, but I can publish for other people. And so before I decided to start that business, I actually took a publishing course. And so I learned how to publish from someone else. And then from there decided to, let's create the business. Let's offer these services to other people. Because it took me a while to learn how to do the process, how to publish, who I needed to talk to get illustrations, to get the book formatted properly. And so I thought that was a service that I could offer to other people. And so I am professionally trained.
What additional plans do you have for your business?
I am currently writing another book. I now have 2 books, Down South for the Summer and Aspenne Colors the Neighborhood. So these are the 2 children's books that I have. And I also have workbooks. So this one is a coloring book. This one is a coloring and activity book, and flashcards. So different sets of things. But what I'm looking to do now is I'm expanding my library. I'm expanding what our catalog includes. And so I am publishing for other authors. My plan is to try to do 3 other authors this year, including putting out 3 books myself. So that's what's coming.
Do you keep your customers returning?
Yes, so I do keep my customers returning by offering different things. So I try to offer different books, but also if you ever go to my website, you'll see that I try to offer different merchandise as well. And I remind my customers that even though you have a copy of my book, there's a kid somewhere or a family somewhere that doesn't. And so I kind of send them out an email blast to remind them, like, I'm available for birthdays. My books are available for birthday gifts and family gifts. But I also remind them that I'm available to do author visits, different workshops to teach people. And so I keep my customers returning in that way. And I've had quite a few repeat customers who are keeping track of my business and how it's growing. And that's exciting.
Is there any more information that you would wish to share?
Yes. One day, so I closely watch other businesses and other Black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses who are doing the same things that I'm doing. And so one day I hope to be able to offer to publish for someone for free. Right now we don't have that capability because I'm not that rich. But I want to be able to offer my services at a discounted rate, or to be able to offer my services to the larger community. And so my business is growing and I'm looking for ways to be able to do that. So there are different awards that people are getting and different opportunities they're getting. And I'm watching how people in the book space are operating their businesses so that I can mimic that, because they're doing great things. There are really great opportunities out there, and I'm looking for Aspenne's library to grow in those ways as well.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
You're very welcome. It has been my pleasure.